Do you enjoy endless pain and suffering? Do you wake up and think, man, I hope I get enslaved today? Perfect. Welcome to Kenshi, where getting beaten unconscious and having your bread stolen by the local homeless population is just another Tuesday. Kenshi is the perfect simulation of what I imagine it's like to live in Detroit, Michigan. You start out as a worthless bag of rocks with no inherent skills whatsoever. But somehow, through trials, tribulations, and getting your spine rearranged, you will become the ultimate warrior. You'll be honing your character's skills while in real life, you're just sitting there in your parents' basement. You lazy degenerate. I started by creating my character, a hive prince known as Knife. Once in the hub, which is the name of the starting town, I looted all I could and sold it at the local bar. I did some mining, then I traveled to Squin to recruit Ruka and buy a backpack. I eventually saved up enough money to hire some bodyguards. We fought against some dust bandits and I pawned off their gear for more cash. I tried to take on the Dust Boss's tower, but it didn't go so well. I needed to figure out how to make more money, so my mind went to the most reasonable answer. Selling drugs. After getting my money, I decided to build a base. First I went to Holy Nation territory, but since they're racist, they tried to murder me. I settled on a nice flat area in the border zone, next to a way station where I can buy more gear. I built up my settlement and started working on the outer perimeter. I got attacked by some bandits and realized I needed food. I built a wheat farm and set up an oven. Later that night, I was greeted by some Holy Nation people. They obviously didn't like me since both my characters weren't human, so they said they'd remove me. The fight was long, and we lost, but luckily my characters didn't die. If I was going to defend myself from the Holy Nation, I'd need more manpower. Even after this tragic event, my mind only went to one thing. Selling more drugs. With the drug money, I was able to recruit a medic. I also hired an absolute unit named Chad, who was so strong that the game tried to nerf his presence by killing him immediately. Luckily, after some legitimate means, I was able to save him. I traveled back to the way station near my base and recruited yet another poor soul. Soon after, I was able to finish the outer walls of my settlement. I needed more money, more combat experience, and I needed to explore the world, so I decided to go to the Foglands. Little did I know there were consequences. The Fogmen swarm in numbers. They are weak on their own, but when you face a group of them, you're toast. I hired more manpower at Mongrel, but then, disaster struck. While out in the wastes, I was attacked. The first few waves I was able to fend off, but they just kept coming. All my characters would end up being knocked out, and around half taken prisoner. My remaining characters grouped up in Mongrel, while one at a time, my people who were taken prisoner escaped by picking the lock. I freed all I could, but sadly, Beep was lost.